Hello everyone. Welcome to yet another fascinating class on fiber to fabric. In this class we will study about sericulture and the journey that is followed from the humble silkworms to the elegant silk cloths. So let's begin. There is a special term that is used for cultivation of silkworms for the larger scale production of silk, and that special term is called sericulture. So sericulture is the rearing of silkworms for the production of silk. The eggs of the eggs of silk moth are kept under hygienic conditions of temperature and humidity because the eggs require particular temperature and particular humidity to hatch out. This particular condition of temperature and humidity may be provided by keeping the eggs under incubator. Now, after about 9 days, from these eggs hatch the caterpillar or larvae or silkworms. These silkworms are given mulberry leaves and these caterpillars start to grow in size. They have to be fed with mulberry leaves day and night because they are voracious eaters, and they eat day and night and increase their size. So after about 20 to 25 days, these caterpillars stop eating and they start to lift their head. When the silk farmer sees that the caterpillar has stopped eating, it transfers the silkworm to special bamboo trays where the silkworm starts to spin its cocoon. After a few days, the silkworm covers itself completely inside a cocoon, and this is the structure from which the real journey of getting silk fibers start. Now, if the pupa inside the cocoon is allowed to mature fully inside the cocoon, it may come out after breaking the cocoon. That is not beneficial for the farmers. So what is done? These cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam to separate silk fibers. As these cocoons are compactly arranged and the fibers are very tight in these cocoons, so they are either put in boiling water or exposed to sun or exposed to steam so that these fibers may be loosened. And once the fibers are loosened, the free end of the fiber is sought out, and what is done? It is sent to the reelers. So what is reeling? Reeling is the process of taking out fibers from the cocoon for use as silk, and special machines may be used for reeling. You may hear a machine called reeler. In this process, what is done? The free end of the cocoon is allowed to pass through the reeler, and this reeler takes out the silk fibers from it. So the process of taking out the thread from the cocoon is called reeling, and special machines called reelers are used for this purpose. So reeling is done for the complete cocoons, which gives the continuous thread, but there are some cocoons which may be broken. For those cocoons, another process of taking out silk threads is used. That process is called spinning of silk. So let us try to do some spinning. This is a cotton ball. I just took it because it was resembling like a cocoon. So if a cocoon is broken, what is done? You may remember about spinning. Spinning is the process of pulling and twisting the fiber to make a thread. So let us try to pull it. So what happens when we pull it? It converts into a mass like this. You may see I am pulling it, and after it is pulled, I am pulling it Fibers are getting loosened. Now I will twist it. Now I am doing the process of twisting. This process, again pulling, again twisting, again it may be pulled. You may see the pulling and twisting. You may see a thread of cotton has been made by the process of spinning. So the same, again it may be pulled and twisted. So you may see I have made a thread of cotton from a fiber of cotton. So the same thing is done for the cocoons which have been damaged. Now once we have made the silk threads from the cocoons, the next process is the weaving. Weaving the silk means silk threads are woven into silk cloths by weavers. One more process. After the cocoon has been made into silk threads, they are dyed in different colors, which is called dyeing. Because you may find the silk of different colors. So the process of dyeing is done once we have received the silk threads. Once we have got the colored silk threads, they are weaved into silk cloth. You may remember, weaving is a process in which two sets of yarn are interlaced to form a fabric. So now this is a weaving. This diagram shows the weaving on a loom. If this loom is hand operated, it is called hand loom. You might have heard about handloom cloths. So those cloths are woven on a hand loom. And this loom may be power operated, and in that case that loom is called power loom. After the weaving of the silk threads into cloths, printing may be done, polishing may be done, and we get this kind of shiny and lustrous silk fabric. You may be surprised to know that India is the second largest producer of silk, the first one being China. So this is all about today's class. I hope you liked my class. Thank you for watching.